Morning everybody and welcome back to the Village Guy Morning Show. If you're joining for the first time, this is a show that we do in Paarl, and we chat to people in Paarl and Wellington doing amazing things and following their dreams. Yeah. Nice local content. Good morning, madam.
Good morning everyone. I'm Judite, your co-host. It's so lovely to be back after a nice long weekend. Yeah. What did you do for the weekend?
We went away and we ate Easter eggs and fish. You
went away? Well, I spent time with the family and Easter eggs, fish, and what did you say last week? I said bread and you said? Buns.
Buns, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm saying it right, buns. Yeah, we had buns.
Yeah, guys, so this is a show, we do it once a week, and we chat to people. Yeah, we're in the storytelling business, and we chat to local people. So who's your guest today?
Well, I have the amazing Miss Zané from Zané Couture, and I'm excited to speak about passion, fashion, and trends this morning.
Trains?
Trends.
Oh, trains. I thought you meant like metro rail trains.
No, man. Let's not talk about metro rail, please.
That's what I'm saying. What's got to do? Yeah, guys, of course, you know, this month is Autism Awareness Month. And this month, the park run had also some awareness where people had to wear blue and they came to run at the park run. So I just thought they'd also just create awareness a bit about it. I know I'm a bit uninformed. I know there's a lot happening with autism on the, in the world. So we've invited Ingrid to Toit. She's from the Boland School of Autism because we want to find out more about it. And then we also have two parents here that are going to chat about what it is having kids with autism, the challenges, and where can they get help and outreach. And then also in sport, we've got HB Kruger. He is, yesterday I saw an article, it says he's the most versatile pro cyclist in SA currently. Ooh. So yeah, we've got hot property here today. So we're going to speak autism, we're going to speak cycling, you're speaking fashion. And trains.
Yeah. And trains. Yellow and black trains. We're speaking trains, guys.
Yeah,
trains.
So your jingle, let's say goodbye.
Well, we're ready to go into this amazing, morning of just inspiring people and stories. So as we always say, grab your chai, grab your coffee, grab your cappuccino, and come and join us in the lounge, guys. Amazing things are coming. Stay tuned.
See you now. Hey guys, welcome back. As an introduction, we said we're going to chat a bit about autism, of course, because this month is Autism Awareness Month. And we've got Ingrid Toit from the Boland School of Autism, but we've also brought along two parents, Liezl and Liezl Adonis, because, I don't really know a lot about autism, and I thought it'd be a good idea just to maybe create some awareness and also educate the folk that don't know too much. Good morning, Ingrid. Goeiemôre.
Goeiemôre, baie dankie.
Liezl and Liezl, goeiemôre. Thanks for your time, guys. Ingrid, let's start with you. Boland School of Autism. Tell us a bit about the school, when it started, why you involved, how many pupils there are, and how does funding work?
Wel, die skool het begin soos wat baie goed in die lewe begin, maar as gevolg van 'n behoefte wat ontstaan het. Daar was kinders wat op die spektrum was en die ouers het gevoel hulle kan nie vir hulle plek kry nie. Destyds was daar 2 groot skole in die Kaap gewees. Is baie ver om kinders in te vat so intoe elke dag in en uit te ry. En hulle het gedink, kom ons doen dit in die Parel. Kom ons begin hier. So dit is 'n behoefte wat ontstaan het as gevolg van nie dat daar die plek vir die kinders hier was of voorsiening vir hulle gemaak is nie. En ons is nou 12 jaar oud. In 2010 het ons begin en daar was maar so 3 kindertjies en 2 onderwysers gewees. En ons het gegroei tot op die oomblik waar ons 41 kinders is. So en ons kry daagliks nog navrae, mense, ons het onlangs iemand gehad wat al die pad van Kakamas afgekom het om hulle kind iets. Ons het ongelukkig nie 'n koshuis nie. Ons het net dagskooliere. So ons naam loop nou lekker wyd. So ons is baie trots daarop. En die mense kan vir ons kom kuier. Ons is op die hoek van Nantes en Commercial strate, reg agter Absa sê ek altyd. Dan weet almal presies waar ons is.
Of KFC. Dan weet
of KFC, nog beter.
Okay, so 41 kids in the school. Onderwysers, is like any onderwyser can come, or must there be like training and special
Ons
also?
is 8 onderwysers en 2 van ons wat admin doen en so voort. Ja, ek sal sê enige iemand wat ondervinding het om met special needs kinders te werk is welkom. Dit is nogal 'n special call. 'n Mens moet voel jy wil met sulke kinders werk. Dis nie jou elke dag persoon wat dit sommer reg kry nie. Ons het ouer onderwysers, ons het jonger onderwysers. Ek dink dit hang af van persoon tot persoon. Maar grondslagfase meestal gekwalifiseerd en dan 'n bietjie ondervinding. Tel altyd in jou guns. Dit maak dit net soveel makliker.
And like, do you get to high school as well? Or is it like just a
Nee, ons kinders is van 4 jaar oud. Potty train verkies ons, want ons het nie regtig fasiliteite om kinders te kan droogmaak en skoonmaak nie. En dan hou ons hulle tot op die ouderdom van so 13. So ons is eintlik 'n primary school, as mense dit nou so kan noem. En daarna is die kinders meestal gereed om soort van uit te beweeg na mainstream toe. Nie noodwendig 'n groot mainstream skool nie, maar ons het baie oulike tutorsentrums in die dorp. En dan kyk ons watter kinders pas waarin, en na watter tutorsentrum hulle kan gaan, waar gaan hulle die beste doen. En dan volg hulle gewoonlik 'n normale impak curriculum of iets soos dit.
Okay, cool. So Lister and Liezl, yeah, tell me a bit about the Paul community when it comes to autism. I mean, I know there's a lot of different pages of autism, and then how did you find out about autism? And tell us a bit about your kid as well.
Okay, ons seentjie se naam is Liezl Adonis. Hy was eers by 'n nasorg gewees en tot op 3-jarige ouderdom. En as toe wat hulle nou toe kon hulle agterkom, man, hy speel nie met die ander kinders nie. Hy is nie 'n sosiale mens nie. En hulle het toe eintlik aanbeveel ons moet begin toetse doen, maar ja, ek moet sê dit is 'n finansiële storie om die toets te laat doen. Almal is nie in 'n posisie nie en ons was toe hy 3 jaar oud was ons nie in die posisie om dit te kon doen nie. En ons het hom Doomsie toe gestuur. Daarso toe die juffrou het ons kon agterkom die juffrou gee van persoonlike aandag. En toe hy nou die 2de jaar in Doomsie is, toe het hulle nou weer aanbeveel, man, verdere toetse. En toe dink ons, vir die beste vir hom, sal ons dit moet laat doen. Ons het dit toe laat doen, en is toe wat ons die nuus kry dat hy nou autisties is. En toe was die eerste, was vir ons iets niets gewees. En toe besef, want ons toe hoor toe, daar's verskillende, as ek dit kan sê, levels van autism. En syne is nou neig aan die sosiale kant. Hy speel met maatjies, hy wil net op sy eie wees, en dan is hy op sy gelukkigste. Vir ons was dit uit ons oog was dit 'n probleem, maar tog was hy op sy gelukkigste. Uit sy oogpunt was hy op sy gelukkigste. So, en is toe wat ons verwys is na die Boland School vir Autisme. En ja, daartoe, hy vanaf dag 1 af, toe ons kon gesien die vordering, die verbetering, het was fenomenaal geweest. En daar is nog steeds vordering. En is regtig 'n lekker pad om saam te stap.
So Liezl, so experience of Boland School, I mean the kids probably very comfortable there, happy all the time. And then also maybe just chat a bit about the Paul community in terms of autism. Like are the parents, do you guys get together? Like is there, what do they call it, like support groups type of thing in Paul?
Weet jy, ek het nog nie agtergekom dat Benji eendag ongelukkig is om skool toe te gaan. Hy is baie gelukkig om skool toe te gaan. En ons sê altyd as Benji gelukkig is ons gelukkig. So dit maak 'n groot verskil. Ons is betrokke by die skool as 'n skoolgoedjies aanbied, funksies, fondsinsamelings. Probeer ons die familie natuurlik betrokke kry, vriende, familie. Autisme was maar vir hulle ook aan die begin iets nuuts. So ons probeer ook maar uitreik na hulle toe om vir hulle te meer te verduidelik met die basiese kennis wat ons het van autisme. Om vir hulle probeer bewus maak daarvan om maar dit is daar, dit is 'n realiteit. En ons as ouers probeer maar die beste om maar vir Benji die beste te gee, as ek nou so kan stel.
And madam, also just for the school as well. So how does it work? Is it government funded? Is it a totally private thing? Does each parent pay school fees? How does it work?
Ons is 'n privaat skool, NPO geregistreer. So met ander woorde, ons kan artikel 18A's uitreik. As daar mense daar buite is wat oortollige geld het, betaal dit asseblief vir ons rekening in en ons sal vir julle artikel 18A's gee. En dit maak dit moeilik om 'n skool as 'n private instansie te kan hardloop, wil ek amper sê. Ons is gedurig besig met fondsinsamelings. Ouers betaal definitief skoolgeld. En ons moes dit onlangs redelik verhoog het, want COVID het ons baie hard geslaan. Ons was 41 kinders en ons het op die einde geëindig by 20. Met dieselfde uitgawes ensovoorts was dit nogal moeilik geweest. Maar ons is besig om ons kop op te tel en dit gaan beter. Ons ouers ondersteun ons baie goed. Ons fondsinsamelings word redelik goed ondersteun. Ons was nou lekker bewusmaking gehad by die parkrun. Dit was heerlik. Almal het dit baie geniet. Ek hoop julle kan ons blou T-shirts sien. En dan doen ons op die 7de Mei gaan ons weer 'n funrun hê op Irene Plaas. Dis ook bietjie meer vir bewusmaking, nie noodwendig fondse insamel nie, maar dalk sien iemand ons daar. Dis altyd wat ons wil hê, bewusmaking. En dan het ons 'n groot golfdag, die 13de Mei, is ook 'n fondsinsameling by die Basenmeer se klip. Ja. Ons kort nog 'n paar spanne en borge. En dan het ons ook 'n wynveiling die 28ste Julie, nog 'n manier waar ons geldjies insamel. En dan het ons 'n lieflike vroueoggend by Reebok Sloof die 15de Oktober waar Hannes op die blou bank gaan sit en gesels. Hannes van Wyk. En nog 'n paar ander gaste wat ons sal kry. So daar's 'n klomp geleentheid vir die publiek om ons te ondersteun finansiëel, maar jy hoef nie net finansiëel nie. Kom klop aan ons deur, kom kyk wat ons doen. Neem deel.
Yeah. So Liezl, say for me, so if you have a young kid, like what are the signs that you have to watch out? Because nowadays, I mean, I'm a parent, you think when a kid does certain things, oh, then you categorize them in this box and this box. So just from your experience as with your kid with autism, what are the signs that you have and also managing it accordingly?
Okay, met Benji veral, Myles het ons agtergekom dat hy het baie laat begin praat.
Okay.
Benji was bietjie oor die 2 jaar oud. Toe kon Benji nog eers sy woorde behoorlik vorm en kommunikeer. Ons het dadelik agtergekom dat hy speel ook baie op sy eie en dat hy baie kieskeurig is as dit kom by voedsel. So ons het agtergekom dat sensories ja, dankie Ingrid. So ons het agtergekom al hierdie tipe en dit ook baie bietjie laat begin as ons al sy potty train. So daar was tekens omdat ons ook 'n 10-jarige dogtertjie op daai stadium gehad het of 'n 8-jarige dogter wat beskryf het. So ons het gekyk, ons het geweet na watter tekens om te kyk. So ons het toe agtergekom maar ons sal vir Benji moet laat doen. So daar was definitief tekens in die huis wat vir ons laat besef.
Ek dink wat ouers miskien kan kyk na om daar aan te sluit want sy het dit nou mooi verduidelik uit 'n ouers oogpunt. Dit is 'n neuroontwikkelingsversteuring. En dit word meestal gekenmerk deur beperkte kommunikasie, verbaal of nie verbaal en dan ook beperkte interaksie. Hulle verkies om nie met ander maatjies te speel nie. En dan is dat ook 'n geval van sosiale speel hulle nie, sukkel met kommunikasie en dan het hulle repeterende bewegings. Goedjies wat hulle die heeltyd oor en oor doen. Ek weet nie julle kan vir ons dalk ietsie noem van Benji. Ek ken hom nie so goed nie.
Ja, Benji hierdie houding, hy hardloop op en af.
Ja. So hy sal dit herhaaldelik
doen.
Ja.
Dit
is 'n kenmerk.
Ja, dit is sy kenmerk. Ons almal ken vir Benji maar so.
Yeah. But tell me also, like when you read about autism or like mental health issues, especially with autism, they talk about the spectrum. And I mean, when I was reading about it, it's spectrum, and I don't know what spectrum is. So maybe just, when you speak to parents, they always say, no, my son is, my daughter is at this spectrum. So what is that?
'n Spektrum is die spektrum van lig, die kleure. As jy die reënboog kyk, hy begin aan die een kant met 'n kleur en hy loop oor na die ander kant toe in 'n kleur. So die spektrum is presies dieselfde. Dis wyd, dis groot. Ons praat eintlik van aan die een kant is hulle miskien laer funksionerend as wat hulle aan die ander kant is. Nie dat mense hulle regtig daarmee wil label as jy dit kan noem nie. Maar dit is wat 'n spektrum beteken. Met ander woorde, dis 'n wyd verspreide veld.
Lister, tell me, so helping Paul, I mean, you guys, do you chat to other parents? Are they like, of course the school creates that platform, but is there like a community? And what is their community of autism parents getting together, talking to each other?
Kyk, daar is 'n groep wat by mekaar kom, maar ek moet ook sê dit is regtig waar lekker om 'n ander ouer, as eintlik verblydend as jy hoor hier's 'n ander ouer ook 'n autistiese kind en dan deel julle mekaar se ervarings. Want kyk, ons is nou Benji is nou maar 10 maande wat hy nog gediagnoseer is en ons sê ons weet nie alles nie. En vir ons, as ons nou 'n ouer kry, wie se kind nou al sê 5 jaar, 6 jaar, en hulle deel saam, ons leer so baie uit. Want kyk, ons, soos ek sê, ons kan nie vir ons hou, ons weet alles van dit nie. Ons is maar nog in die beginstadium en is altyd lekker, joh, as hulle sê vir ons, man, ons het dit geprobeer, of ons, en vir alles hulle goed sê, en jy sien in wat hulle sê, dat jou kind doen dieselfde, asof of dieselfde trend, nee, dan dink, ek het gedink, dis iets verkeerd wat hy doen, of ek het gedink, hy moes nie dis gedoen het nie.
Ek wil aansluit by wat hy sê, ek dink dit is dalk goed as 'n mens so iets stig in die parel, so as daar mense daar buite is, kontak die skool en ons maak 'n ouergroep, en hulle kan gereeld by mekaar oor en weer kuier en leer.
Facebook question and answer
Ja,
group. I mean,
ons is op Facebook, die skool is op Facebook, maar mense kan so 'n groep stig.
Okay. And then, okay, how can the community get involved? So, okay, if we stig this community forum type of thing.
Ja, mense kan dalk een keer 'n maand by mekaar kom en jy kan idees uitruil, jy kan sprekers kry wat kom inligting deel met die ouers. Ons leer altyd, ons het nie al die antwoorde nie. En dit is lekker om op 'n gemaklike platform met mekaar te kan kommunikeer en inligting te deel.
Yeah. Okay, so Liezl, what advice do you have for parents that are in the same boat as you?
Wel, ek sal sê aan die ouers, as hulle miskien agterkom, dat daar is miskien, half soos ons agtergekom het by Benji, daar is soos 'n bietjie laat van spraak, bietjie op sy eie, bietjie sosiaal, bietjie, dan ek dink die vroegste wat 'n mens kan gaan, is die beste.
Baie belangrik,
Dis absoluut die beste besluit wat ek en my man kon gedoen het, om sodra ons vir hom, die tekens was daar, onmiddellik gegaan vir die diagnose gekry en onmiddellik kon ons bevoorreg wees om hom te skuif na 'n skool toe wat in sy behoeftes voorsien. So aan die ouers wil ek graag sê, moenie te lank wag nie. So gou as moontlik. Daar is hulp, daar is hoop.
Yeah. But Ingrid, just lastly also, so what do you do? So your kid you're probably seeing the signs. I mean, what would you phone? Would you go to a doctor? Like, I don't know how that, what's that process?
Ek dink jy sodra jy dit sien, ouers, as ek vir hulle vra wanneer het julle dit opgetel, dan is dit gewoonlik heelwat vroeër as wanneer hulle by ons by die skool kom. Maar gaan sien jou dokter, gaan sien 'n arbeidsterapeut, 'n spraakterapeut, dis almal mense wat jou kan leiding gee, maar jy het ongelukkige spesialis nodig om die diagnose te maak. In die dorp is daar sulke mense wat jou kan help, maar kontak die skool en ons deel graag inligting met julle, sal julle in die regte rigting indeel. En dan soos ek sê, ek dink die belangrikste raad vir enige ouer is aanvaar dit. Want die oomblik wat jy dit eers aanvaar het en jy gemaklik is daarmee, dan kan 'n mens die pad begin stap.
Cool man. Ingrid, baie dankie. Liezl
Dankie, baie dankie.
Liezl, baie dankie. Benji, say hello Benji. Yeah guys, so Boland School of Autism, they're doing amazing work here in Paul. You're here, they're privately funded. So if you want to get involved, they're doing a lot of fundraising. There's golf, there's wine veiling, there's a talk at the
Ladies morning.
What's the Facebook page so people can maybe just follow?
Just Boland School for Autism. It's on Facebook as well as on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, Boland School for Autism. Just search that.
Yeah, guys, and this month is Boland Autism Awareness Month. So, yeah, get educated for some awareness.
Yes, and we added acceptance as well.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, guys, thanks for chatting, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Whether you have a big meeting coming up or need a change of scenery to brainstorm new ideas, Workshop 17 offers beautiful workspaces for individuals, teams, and enterprises at affordable rates. Workspaces include phone booths, meeting rooms, boardrooms, and auditoriums, which allow you to work, meet, and collaborate in an optimal environment. With 2 locations in Johannesburg, 3 in Cape Town, and thousands of members, Workshop 17 is proving to not only change the way we do business, but change the way we see it. You can choose between a number of workspace solutions that gives you unlimited internet access, ample parking space, access to facilities, and even optional access to all Workshop 17 locations for the traveling entrepreneur. Visit our website workshop17.co.za for more information and feel free to compare our membership plans so the next meeting or brainstorming session you have will be in the perfect environment to get the best results, all while enjoying the best cappuccino in town. We'll see you soon at Workshop 17.
Well, she's a young entrepreneur that has a love and a passion for fashion. And we are so excited to have her here this morning because not only is she young and has a love for fashion, but she designs pieces that are unique to each and every one of our clients. Zané, it's so lovely to have you here. And she's from Zané Couture. Lovely to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. I love the black dress.
It's lovely to be here. I just feel so grateful to be here and just to sit here and have this interview with you.
Fabulous. Fantastic. Zané, tell us a little bit about you. Give us a little bit of background. Who is Zané?
Okay, so Zané is from Groenewildpaal. I grew up in the lovely valley.
Nice.
And I attended high school, Klein Secondary School, and then I furthered my studies and did my diploma in clothing management, and then eventually ventured off in corporate work there for a bit in the fashion industry. And it was then when I realized, you know what? I always had this unction of I want to start my own business, and I actually went and did my degree in fashion. And then, long story short, I eventually left, and
Wow. So tell me just a little bit about what was that moment that sparked that confirmation for you that I want to go into fashion, like this is my heart. What was that?
You know what? I've always loved fashion. I've always dressed weirdly. I was always the person at the family function wearing very bold colors, having a red suit on or a green suit, and everyone would stare at me and be like, this is so weird. What is she wearing? So it really started from a very young age. And I remember once working in corporate and I sat behind my desk. And as I sat there, I was just like, you know what, I have this yearning. Like, I just want to drown in my creativity. But I don't see it now as drowning. I see it as flying and flourishing in that. So it was just, you know, it's time. It's time that this chapter needs to close now in order to move on to the next one. Fantastic. So, yes.
Yeah, you said about creativity. I always think about creativity obviously has many forms. It can be in fashion or in art or anything like that. Tell me, what is the thing that sparked you to start this brand of Zané Couture? Like, when did you decide that I want to go and do this brand? I want to start this.
So it literally started when I was working in corporate, and I was busy with my fashion degree. And while I was busy with it, it was just like I was just drawn towards having my own brand and starting my own brand. And I'm all about, you know, embracing your authentic self. And that is something I really want to, or that I try my best to portray through my brand and my business, you know, to just be yourself. And to really wear that garment and own who you are, because we are all so, you know, fearfully and wonderfully made and uniquely made that we really need to own that and we need to embrace that. So,
and if you could define fashion in your own eyes in 3 words, what would it be?
Oh, fashion. Number 1, authenticity. And also just, for me, fashion, personally. Okay, this isn't in 3 words now.
Okay, no worries, you can do 3 sentences.
So for me,
you can explain it.
When you look at style and you look at trends, right? Trends come and go, but fashion comes from within. It is who you are from inside, and basically just owning that. So yes, daar is nou bietjie meer as net 3 woorde.
Yes, doe het reg. Jy het nou voorheen genoem dat about colors. I love it. I love colors, you can see. I love a little bit of bright somewhere. So why would you say that your collections that you've already done is influenced by colors most of the time?
So my first ever collection I did was actually an all-white collection, and that was, but it was based on a specific theme. So it all depends on you as a designer, or let's say you're going to work on a full-on collection, then there is something like trend research. So you basically, you go out, you look at Pinterest, you look at WGSN, your favorite influencers, whoever you see basically ties in, or whatever influencer ties in with your brand aesthetic. And then from there, and it's the same with the colors, you know, looking at what colors are trending next season, or what colors are trending the following season, and then really working with that and working with what colors really suit your brand.
That's what I wanted to ask now. Because obviously there's a lot of trends out there, but it doesn't always suit each and every one of us. We have like unique figures, the color of your skin tone, I'm guessing also needs to match with what you have on, like if you're white and you wear white and you look washed out. So how do you balance that something is trending, but also looking at what do you need to look at that it fits you nicely as a person? Obviously, your body shape and all of that.
Yeah.
How would
so for me, that ties more in with custom-made orders. So I would have a client coming through, and I would also give suggestions of what, and then also just trying to implement what the client also wants from a custom-made order perspective. But when it comes to creating a collection, you look at different silhouettes. You look at your specific target customer. What is it that she wants? Who is she? You know, what does she want to really feel when she wears that garment? You know, does she want to feel bold? Does she want to feel fierce? You know, so that all it ties into two different categories and two different elements. So yes, the custom made, and then there is your.
I am so glad you mentioned about custom made. So I'm excited because you have custom made pieces here this morning.
Yes, I do.
We've got a few models here that's going to show us the versatility. Because guys, I always struggle. You can see on the show, I have to obviously dress every week in a different outfit. But the one thing that I've realized is if you have that signature pieces, then you can mix and match them. And that works for me, the versatility of that.
Yes.
Like I can wear this jacket, not only with this jeans, but I can also wear my black formal pants with it. Yeah. So
yes, and the one thing that I also love about fashion in general is the accessory component. You know, you can make an outfit, you can completely spice it up by just adding a really nice earring. And like with your blazer, for example, you can actually style it with a tracksuit with a pair of sneakers. So there are different ways that you can actually style it. So there's so much versatility when it comes to fashion. And then another key element that I love is a vintage piece. So other than wearing my own collection, I really love anything vintage. Guys, I'm literally in my mom's cupboard.
you're literally
all the
getting
time.
me excited now.
Like, it makes me excited speaking about it. So yes, I wear all my mom's coats, my dad's blazers, and you know, spice it up with one of my pieces and just owning it and embracing it. So yes.
Yeah, just to add on to that, my mom passed away like 4 years ago, but this is literally her shoe.
What?
Yeah. And I love it. But there's so many pieces that I still have from her, like jackets. And if I think about the winter that we're going into now, the season, the jackets that she has, like the vintage pieces, like, guys, do not let those go. Keep holding on to it, please.
Yes,
Fantastic.
do not. And
Awesome.
these shoes are so cute, and
Thank
it's so in
you.
and so fashionable, and yet it has that vintage element to it, but that sophistication as well.
I think
So-
that's very important when you look at
Yes,
pieces, yeah?
yes.
Yeah. And then tell us a little bit about the custom-made pieces. I know we have two beautiful models here this morning. So I'm immediately attracted to the red dress. So tell us about Kotlin has a red dress on. Give us a little bit of information. Where did this design idea come from?
Okay, so Kotlin came to me and she said she wants something that is, you know, pizzazz, something out there. And then we created this wonderful red custom-made piece for her. So it's two separate components. You have the blouse, and then you have the wrap skirt as well. So you can wear it separately also. It's quite versatile. You can wear it with a pair of heels, but at the same time, you can rock it with a pair of sneakers and a pair of boots. So yes, and then it's quite sophisticated, yet sexy. You know, it has that open in front, the open heel, but the arms are closed, and it's just, something that I created for her, and
Yeah, and I can see, like, I didn't even realize it's two pieces. Like, it looks like a dress, and then I can see now that you've mentioned it, there's two pieces. So for me, I would obviously, the top I can wear, obviously also with the high-waisted pants. I love that.
Yes, exactly.
So that would also look cute. And then, as you said, you can even dress it down with the boots like she has on now. Very, very cute.
Yeah, and you can even wear the skirt to the beach in the summer with your bikini and just put it over it.
Guys,
so it's quite
I
versatile.
love the fact that it's so versatile, because we girls, we always struggle with, we don't have enough clothes now. Covers, yeah, it's always that phrase.
What am I going to wear?
Yes,
Speaking
exactly.
of what am I going to wear, I was fervently sewing last night this dress that I'm wearing. I'm like, no, I need something for today.
Zané?
I have to
You
do
wouldn't
it
say
quick.
that.
So,
Oh my word, beautiful,
Thank
beautiful.
you.
So tell us a little bit about Lucia's purple formal shirt that she has on. I can also see it. Oh, you're pairing it also with the jeans. I love it. So tell us a little bit about that piece.
Okay, so Nusha's piece is also, you'll see the sleeve detail. I love a really nice sleeve, eh? Like, I like to play around with a sleeve. So she is also, the shirt that she's wearing is quite versatile. She can look very formal. She can wear it with a high-waisted skirt or with a matching satin skirt. Or she can wear it with the jeans like she's doing now with a pair of sneakers or with a pair of heels.
Awesome.
So it's entirely up to the lady. You know, her look and feel and, you know, the vibe.
Yeah, exactly. And if I look at it, I'm so in love with her hair.
Oh, same.
It just complements it. It brings it all together, yeah? It's so nice and soft and lilac, and then the hair is like just on point.
Exactly.
I love it, I love it, I love it. Awesome. So tell me, Zané, what lies ahead for Zané Couture?
Okay, so I don't want to share too much.
No, you don't have to, I understand.
There is a lot in store, and I'm really excited and expectant for what is to come. And just grateful for every opportunity, you know, and just embracing it. So yes, there's a lot to come. So stay tuned and keep your eyes open and focused. But yes.
Yeah, we are excited to see more from you. And just to finish it off, I know that you are busy with the program from Labit, and that you're probably very excited about that. Congratulations that you were one of the contestants that were selected for the program. Tell us just quickly, like, what have you learned from that so far?
Oh my goodness, I've learned so much. And the thing that I love about the program as well, each and every mentor, each and every person that's part of the Labit team, each individual contributes something different. They add a value, a specific value in whatever position they are in to all the incubators, businesses. So I've learned so much about, you know, finances, how important that is, but at the same time, you know, growth when it comes to not only my business, but me, myself as well, as an entrepreneur, you know. So there is so much, and there is so much still to learn. So yeah, really excited to be doing this journey and really for continuing this journey with them.
That is so awesome, and I can imagine you also learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah,
you discover you, Zané, and who you are and who you are not. And I love that.
Exactly.
As I always say, I'm also an entrepreneur, and so I relate to that because in this journey, I'm still discovering. And still learning. And it's exciting. Guys, this was exciting. Thank you, Zané, for joining us this morning. Tell us quickly social media platforms.
Okay, so social media platforms, you can find me on Facebook, Zané Couture, and you can also find me on Instagram. And then there's some other things coming as well. But we're going to leave that out for now.
Guys, please get a hold of Zané. Wedding dresses, anything, unique collections. This is the girl you need to contact. Zané, thank you. It was fantastic. Thank you, guys. Stay tuned for more.
And thank you so much for having me.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Morning, guys. Yeah, we've got the sports section. Of course, in the sports section, we speak to people of Paarl and Wellington doing amazing things and standing on podiums. And one of those guys today is HB Kruger. So HB Kruger caught my attention. He took part in the Cape Town Cycle Tour. He came third. And then I also saw he had a short stint on the Cape Epic, the APSA Cape Epic. But there was an article recently that he's been claimed the most versatile pro cyclist currently in South Africa. And that's because previously he was on road biking, and today he's on mountain biking, and he's bringing in the trophies. He's also currently a cyclist for the Valley Electrical Titan Racing. And like in all the other interviews we have with these single sports people, sponsors is a massive thing. So good morning, HB, how are you?
Yeah, good. Good morning, Myles. Thanks for having me. It's lovely being here. And doing well.
So I have a question. So in 2015, there was a breakthrough year, and you were doing all the accolades, and you were on the podium, and you were getting so many awards. And this year you came third in the third in the Cape Town Cycle Tour, and you also got engaged. So which year is the most special one?
Well, I would say definitely. I think this year has been quite a phenomenal year, considering after COVID. I mean, for all sports people, it was quite a difficult stint. I think there was a couple of times where I was thinking, I need to hang up my wheels, but I pushed through, and after every drought, there's always going to be some rainfall, and I think that came through for me this year. And so far, it's been a successful year, and especially getting engaged this past weekend was one of the highlights. Yeah.
Well, before we go with the present, bit of the past. So you started cycling at school, and then 2015 was the breakthrough year. So what age did we start cycling, and where did we come from there?
Well, from the beginning, I would say I started cycling at the age of about 14.
Okay.
Got introduced to the sport through a friend. It was a typical sleepover, and his dad invited me to come ride with him the one day in the mountains there in the Magaliesberg. Okay. And off we went on the mountain bike, and then they said, well, tomorrow we're doing a race, why don't you just come with and see how it goes? And it was one of the provincial championships that weekend in Gauteng, and so it was my first race, my second ride on a proper mountain bike. And eventually I think I finished 5th or 6th. Okay. And they said, well, yes, you've got some talent, so, you can come ride with us whenever you want. And I think from there, the bug bit a little bit.
Yeah.
So during my school years, I still did athletics and played rugby and sort of tried to do a bit of everything, because I didn't really know what I liked. So I thought, try it all. Eventually you'll figure out what you like and what you don't like. And eventually it funneled down to cycling. Since then, I haven't been off the bike except when I have an injury or when I'm sick.
Yeah, because I also read that you practice in a week. I think it was between 25 and 40 hours a week. It's like a working week.
Yeah, I mean it's the same as a day job, and it's also not always only the training hours you put in. It's your diet, your lifestyle, stretching, gymming, some off the bike, different type of exercises you need to do and implement. So it's more, I would say, it's definitely a lifestyle change, and not just going to work for 2-3 hours on your bike and then you're done, because it doesn't stop there.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me, we're cycling at school, we finish school, we're still cycling. What's the one, let's say the trophy or the tournament you won that you really thought, okay, this is now cycling, that's my lewe?
I would say there was a couple. After school, my first pro team, actually, I signed with Team Bonitas. And when I signed that contract back then, it was actually Malcolm Lange who was running the Shift Academy.
Oh, nice.
It was his team when he was still living up in Joburg. So I thought, okay, now I'm stepping it up into the real game now. When I signed that first contract, I thought, okay, no, cool, this is, this is it. I need to commit now, and it's all or nothing now. So I think that was sort of a deciding factor into focusing fully 100% on my riding. Yeah,
because I saw some of your accolades last night, and like all the other years you had 3, 4, but in 2015 you came in with a bang, and you just you cleaned everything, African championships, both, and all the different tournaments. What happened in 2015? Was it just your year?
That was my year. It was massive. I came out of 2014 on quite a high, where I won a couple of races when I did a stint in France, because I raced for an amateur team over there.
Cool.
And lived there for about 6 months of the year.
Yeah.
And I came back, finished the year on quite a high with a couple of good results. And then 2015, I think I was chosen for the national team probably about 6 times.
Jeez.
So we traveled to Gabon, Rwanda, Congo for African champs, African continental champs in Pietermaritzburg. I went to London with Nolan Hoffman on the track. We had a couple of UCI races in KwaZulu-Natal, where I finished on the podium. Out of the 3 races we had, I was on the podium with every race. So that was really one of a really good year. I think also that year I had the most UCI points. I was one of the highest ranked South Africans in the country in the African continent.
Yeah.
So that was a really good year for me. And yeah, it was definitely one of the highlight years.
So 2015 comes, and now in 2022, how's life been for the past 7 years since that high?
It's been up and down, like with every sports person. After 2015, I decided to focus a little bit more on mountain biking, on the marathon racing, just purely because there was quite a lot of mountain biking was sort of evolving into the bigger sport with a lot more racing and a bit more opportunities. And I signed with Team Telkom. Since then until now, I've done 5 ABSA Cape Epics.
Yeah, how was that experience this year? You didn't finish because you had a partner, something.
I did finish as a solo,
single, yeah,
as a solo participant. Unfortunately, my partner got a bit ill after day 3, so then he called it quits, and I soldiered on my own to sort of tick that 5th epic off.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate enough to do that. But yeah, I think that's one race where I still have a bit of unfinished business to go claim the African jersey.
So let's talk about mental strength in cycling. Of course, like you said now, last year you felt you had to put up your boots because it was just getting a bit tough. How do you remain positive? Because it's a single sport, there's much more pressure. And I think the last guest we also chatted to, I think it's because you're doing it by yourself, it's almost like self-inflicted pressure that you put so much because you have high standards and you have to remain on top all the time.
Yeah, for sure. I think it definitely in individual sports it makes a lot, well, I wouldn't say a lot more difficult because I haven't been in a team sports environment, but there's a lot of pressure on yourself because especially if we can take an example coming from I had in 2015, every year is not going to be like that. And so you're coming off that high, so you set yourself that standard. And now when you're not on that standard, it's a really tough thing to sort of stay at that level and stay driven and motivated to get back to that level because that's what you're used to. So it's all about, I think, your support structure which you have around you, your people that's with you, and around your friends, family that sort of need to step in and motivate you, and also remind you that it's not always just about the results. Unfortunately, you're not always going to get the results. I think any professional sports person who's the best in the world has probably lost a lot more events than they've won.
Yeah, 100%.
So sometimes you just need to sort of step back and look at the bigger picture, and maybe just reset a bit, and then try and refresh your mind and go in with a fresh mentality. Yeah,
and I think it probably makes your life a bit easier because your fiancé is also a pro cyclist and you guys are cycling together. You probably go through the same thoughts all the time, so it must be much easier.
Yeah, that definitely helps. I mean, it helps having a person that's doing the same sport as you and sort of as a similar understanding, because we can accommodate each other when times get tough and when times are good.
So what's 2022 looking like? So you finished, you came 3rd in the Cape Town Cycle Tour, the ABSA, you finished on a solo. What did you do this weekend? The previous weekend?
The last race was the ABSA Cape Epic. We had beginning of the year we had the M&G.
Yes. That's when we also on the podium. That was also pretty cool.
And also Pole Boxing Day end of last year, I finished 2nd. So, the rest of 2022, we've got a couple of stage races coming up on the mountain bike, which we'll be focusing on. It's all over the country. So the next one is Zané to See, which is in Natal. And then also South African National Marathon Champs, which would also be in Kaakloof in Natal, which is quite a big goal. And then towards the end of the year, more on the road would be the Ride Joburg. There's a couple of events here in the Western Cape that we'll focus on. So it's luckily it's sort of a normal year again so far. So it looks like
things are getting back to normal.
Yeah, sort of.
So as a Pretoria boy, why did we pick Paul?
Well, it's mainly because of the fiance now at the moment. And
chasing love.
Yeah, so I took that decision in 2015, 2016.
Right.
And so far it's been good. I mean,
you don't want to run for the hills yet.
So that helped as well. But I mean, since I've been living here, when I started focusing a bit more on the mountain biking, riding in Pole Mountain, I've probably ridden up here 300 times with my mountain bike. So I don't think I made a wrong decision. The training grounds we have here, you can't compare it to anything else in the
Nice,
country.
man.
So we are super fortunate to have this town and the infrastructure right here on our doorstep.
Yeah. No, I'm also super excited about it and all the different trails happening in the adjacent cities. The other question I wanted to ask you is, so you are in the town hall and it's Stadsaal in Perel, and you've got the HB Kruger day, and I mean, you've got a lot of young cyclists in front of you, and you've been a professional, you've been through you've been on various podiums, ups and downs. And of course, a lot of youngsters, especially in Paul, they're aspiring cyclists and they've got these big dreams. Probably just like, what are the 3 lessons for them? I mean, give them some advice that they leave the town hall thinking, okay, this is how we're going to change, this is how we're going to reach the dreams.
Well, I would say firstly, set yourself a goal. And then in cycling, you need to be patient.
Yeah.
Because I think with the mentality we all South Africans have or goes through is like, we want stuff now. And, you know, if you don't get it this week in this race, you didn't win it, you sort of set back. But, just step back, look at the bigger picture. If something doesn't go your way, refocus, refresh, there's always going to be a next race. So just focus on that and be patient. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Okay.
You're not going to get to the level of Chris Froome in
of course.
year. So take it step by step and set yourself small incremental goals to get to the big goal.
All right. Okay, 3 last questions. You've had a billboard up on the main road and your face is there with a speech bubble. What are you telling the world?
Sure, that's a difficult one. Put me on the spot here.
Yeah. No, I think especially as cyclists, how do you keep inspired? How do you keep your motivation going because it's a single cycle sport? What are you telling yourself in your head? HB, get out of bed at 5 a.m. and go travel 200 kilometers.
Go ride.
Yeah, go ride.
I would say, just do it. Especially, I'm not a morning person, so I struggle to get out of bed. So
but thank you. You look fresh this morning.
So I would say just don't think about it too much. If you want to go do something, do it. If it doesn't work, then did it work? At least you know now. You won't sit with that regret. 100%.
And then, if you had 3 people at your table for dinner, who would those 3 people be? They could be dead or alive.
Sure. Sure. That's also a tough question. I would say
just 3. I mean, like 7 billion people on the planet.
Nelson Mandela.
Nice.
Elon Musk.
Nice.
And I would say a sports person someone like Chris Froome. Yeah, he's always an interesting character.
Yeah.
I think their personalities would click quite well as well, so it would be a cool conversation.
And the last question is, how do you stay motivated?
Well, I set myself these goals for the events during the year.
Okay.
And also, I think I put a bit of pressure on myself as well, because that sort of, sometimes pressure is not always bad. We are fortunate enough to have a couple of sponsors on our side, and they also expect some return. So for me, it's always quite motivating knowing that I can keep them happy as well, because they're involved in a sport that I love. And so many other people participate in. So I always sort of think of it in that way. I'm not just getting a result for myself, but also for the people in my team and the sponsors and people that support us.
Yeah, and I must say, in cycling, sponsors are massive. Like, you really, all different variety of companies, different industries, really cool.
It's I mean, we've seen over the years how it's grown and how it's developed. And I mean, during COVID, there's been such a boom in the cycling industry in general, because people weren't allowed to go to gyms and that type of stuff. So they went outdoors, which has been, in that way, very positive. And I think opened up the door for a lot more people entering the sport as well.
Yeah. Dude, thanks so much, man. Cool. I know you're not a morning person, but I appreciate your time this morning. And good luck for 2022. It's the big year. And then also congratulations on the engagement. I think I said it, big step in the life of a man to be engaged. Guys, so HB Kruger, where can they get hold of you?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Instagram at HB Kruger. HB Kruger Athlete, my Facebook page.
All right. Yeah. Cool, man. HB Kruger, guys, the most versatile pro cyclist currently in SA. Follow him on Facebook and Insta. I'm following him on Insta. He's got, I don't know if he does more content on Insta than cycle, because he's always busy on Insta. So, HB Kruger, thanks for joining. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, thanks for joining in for another exciting show, local content. How good was that show?
Very good. Fantastic. It was fabulous. Awesome people. Inspiring.
Yeah, just like, thanks so much, Autism, Boland Autism. Check them out. It's Autism Awareness Month.
We learned so much this morning.
Especially for parents, and there's like a platform for parents to go to. And then also HB Kruger is a cyclist. Thanks so much for his time as well. Good luck for his 2022 season. And then you had a
Zané Samuels, yeah, with her 2 beautiful models. Yeah, lovely. I can't wait to go to her and to just explore a little bit about fashion.
Yeah, I like the passy. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for joining. See you next week, Wednesday.
Next week, Wednesday.
Enjoy your weekend.
Enjoy. Bye.
What are you doing?
What was I? Remember Myles in camera?
Rolling.
Yeah.
Mag ik?